Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us His word. I just want to do a video on the status of Israel and how we were a nation of very high status. That's in our history. We have since lost it, and eventually we're going to get it back. When Yahushai returns, we're going to get that high status back. But we were always like a nation of great men. We were the sons of God, going back to the book of Genesis. We were of a very high stature in those days. This is the book of Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God, sons of the Most High, came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. It says there were giants in the earth in those days. Now right there, it's not actually talking about giant, 9-foot, 10-foot guys, even though there were giants recorded in the scriptures. But when you look into this word, that word there is the Nephilim. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God, because you had three classifications of men. You had the sons of God, you had the sons of men, which were the other nations, and you had the sons of the wicked, which were would become Esau or the Edomites later on. And the sons of God were the Israelites. When the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men were the women of the other nations, they bare children to them, and they became mighty men, which were old, men of renown. Look that word of renown in the etymology. It means fame, men of reputation, make famous, to name. Because we had a good name back then. We lost our name now, but we're striving to get that good name back. We're striving to get that reputation back. That's why you see the men out there on the streets pushing this word, so that we can, so that Yahushai can return and we can get our nation back. We can get our status back on the planet. Look that word renown up in the Hebrew. It's Shem, which means a name, reputation, fame, glory, memorial, monument. So we were men of very high status, in those days. And even further on down, during the time of King David, the house of David, those were great men as well. They went around, they conquered, all the nations, defeating all their enemies, and just, taking out those other nations, putting them in slavery. We were the top dogs on the planet at that time. This is 2 Samuel 12 and 29. And David gathered all the people together and went to Rabbah and fought against it and took it. And he took the king's crown from off his head, and the weight thereof was a talent of gold with precious stones. And a talent of gold is like 75 pounds. So we were much bigger back then as well. A 70-pound crown, man. With precious stones. And it was set on David's head. And he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. And he brought forth the people that were therein, and put them under saws, and under harrows of iron, and under axes of iron, and made them pass through the brick kiln. And thus did he unto all the cities of the children of Ammon. So David and all the people returned unto Jerusalem. So basically, that's that power that we had back then. He took down a nation, You slaughtered all their people. You took their possessions. You took the land over. You set up garrisons in that land. That true rulership. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we want. To get that name back, that reputation, that fear. Because right now, Israel ain't feared right here, man. The so-called black man in America, he's not feared. He's not respected at all. So here's a map. The nations defeated by King David. The Philistines, which was our main enemy. Amalekites, so-called Jews today. Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, Chinese, Japanese, Aram, up in Damascus. Pretty much the known world at that time, King David was taking down all of them. So yeah, then King David passed, and Solomon, took the throne, and there was peace, in Israel until Solomon, he went down, he died, and that's when we started to go down again. The kingdom split, and all that, and all the way up until today, until actually we really didn't get our power back until the Byzantine Empire, 1300s, around that time. Ruled for 1,000 years over there in Europe, and then we lost it again. The Renaissance, the rebirth of the Edomites, and they took over, and they've been in power since. So yeah, we're just looking to get that status back. The kingdom, an everlasting kingdom. When this kingdom is established, we're never going to go down ever again after that. Next scripture is Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and I will gather her that was driven out. And who was the her that was driven out? It's Israel. He's going to gather his elect all back together again, And I'll give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So we've basically been put to shame in this land, man. The only history they teach us is slavery, Jim Crow. That's shameful history. They don't teach us about the Byzantines and different czars of Russia. The kingdoms, that we established and ruled over. Even Rome. They don't give Jake his fair shake in the Roman times, man. Because we had played a huge role in Rome, man. At that time, I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So yeah, we're looking to get that name back, that respect back, and that praise back, from these other nations, because they should be praising us, man. We shouldn't be working for them. We shouldn't be serving these other nations. They need to be serving us. They need to be praising us. It says, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people on the earth. And that's what we need to go back to, just like back in the time of Genesis, Nephilim, the men of renown, that name, that praise on the earth, the men of high status. Right now we're very low, man. Jacob, that worm. We're like worms right now. And we want to get our position back. That's why you got to go out there to the highways and byways and push this word out, man. Because when this word reaches the four corners of the earth, that's, when the end will come. Last scripture is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day and night. And, videos are constantly going up. Brothers out there every weekend pushing the word constantly, man. Never holding their peace day and night. O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he establish and make he until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. That's what we're looking for, to get that praise back, get that high status. So it says, give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Just keep pushing this word until we're a praise again on the planet Earth, because that's what we're all looking for, man. I'm sick of being at the bottom of the barrel, in this society. I want to be on top. That's our rightful lot. Scripture say, ask of me, and I'll give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, man. That's our inheritance, With that, shalom.